Imagine a time when the Ottoman Caliphate was under threat and Muslims worldwide rallied for its protection. This was the backdrop of the Khilafat movement. Originating in the early 20th century, the Khilafat movement was a significant anti-colonial struggle. Its roots were deeply entwined with the protection of the Ottoman Caliphate, the last remaining symbol of Islamic political power. Muslims from diverse backgrounds and regions rallied together, united by a common cause, to shield the caliphate from disintegration. This movement was not merely a reaction against colonial rule, but it was also a powerful affirmation of solidarity against perceived injustices. It was a pivotal moment in the history of Muslim political activism, a beacon of unity in a world increasingly divided by colonial boundaries. So, it was in this politically charged environment that Jinnah found himself. But why did he choose not to participate? Jinnah, prominent lawyer, politician, and activist, was no stranger to the Khilafat movement. As a vibrant and influential figure in the early 20th century, Jinnah was deeply involved in the socio-political landscape of the time. The Khilafat movement, with its deep roots in the anti-colonial struggle, was an important part of this landscape. Jinnah, with his keen sense of justice and commitment to the cause of Indian Muslims, initially threw his weight behind the movement. However, as time progressed, a shift in Jinnah's perspective began to emerge. His vision, always clear and far-reaching, began to see beyond the immediate objectives of the Khilafat movement. He started to question the confluence of religious and political objectives that the movement embodied. He felt a growing unease with the intertwining of religious fervor with political activism, which he believed could potentially lead to a radicalization that might overshadow the broader struggle for independence. This shift did not happen overnight. It was a gradual process, shaped by Jinnah's evolving understanding of the complex dynamics of the Indian political scene. He began to see the need for a more nuanced approach, one that prioritized the long-term interests of Muslims within a united India over immediate political gains. Jinnah's early activism set the stage for his decision. But what were the differences in objectives that led him to reconsider? As Jinnah delved deeper, he began to see a divergence between the goals of the Khilafat movement and the broader struggle for Indian independence. The Khilafat movement was primarily focused on preserving the Ottoman Caliphate, an issue that Jinnah saw as external to India's fight for freedom. His vision was centered on the rights and future of Muslims within a unified India, rather than a distant caliphate thousands of miles away. The more he examined the movement's objectives, the more he realized they did not align with his own. He believed that the fight for Indian independence should be secular, inclusive, and not tied to religious identities. For Jinnah, the struggle was less about religious solidarity and more about the political emancipation of Muslims within their own country. This divergence of objectives led him to reconsider his participation in the Khilafat movement. Jinnah's strategic vision was taking shape. But what did this mean for the future of Muslims in India? Jinnah was not one to make decisions lightly. He had a vision for the political future of Muslims in a united India. A man of deep political acumen, he was often hailed for his strategic foresight. His decision to step back from the Khilafat movement was not impulsive. It was a calculated move that stemmed from his understanding of the delicate political landscape. Jinnah believed in the power of unity. He saw the potential for a harmonious coexistence of diverse religions within a single nation. However, he also recognized the need for Muslims to have a distinct political identity within this unity. His vision was of a united India where Muslims could exercise their rights and enjoy political freedom without compromising their religious identity. He perceived the Khilafat movement as a religious struggle, rather than a broader political one. Jinnah was of the opinion that aligning too closely with the movement could potentially isolate Muslims from the larger struggle for independence. His strategic vision dictated that the political future of Muslims in India would be best served by focusing on broader political objectives. His decision was not without controversy. Many questioned his commitment to the cause of Muslims. However, Jinnah remained steadfast, confident in the long-term political benefits of his decision. His choice left a lasting legacy. But what were the consequences of this monumental decision? Jinnah's decision to abstain from the Khilafat movement was more than just a personal choice. It had far-reaching impacts. This choice left an indelible mark on the political landscape of the subcontinent. It was a statement, a declaration that Jinnah, despite being a Muslim, prioritized a united India over religious sentiments. This stance was a testament to his belief in secular politics and his unwavering commitment to the cause of Indian independence. Jinnah's decision created ripples within the Muslim community. While some admired his steadfastness, others criticized him for not aligning with the religious cause. This divergence in viewpoints led to a split within the community, a divide that was to have lasting implications. Moreover, his decision not to participate in the Khilafat movement was a clear indication of his political foresight. Jinnah was aware of the potential consequences of aligning too closely with a movement that was rooted in religious sentiment. He recognized that the broader struggle for Indian independence needed to be based on a united front that transcended religious divides. The legacy of Jinnah's decision is still visible today. His vision for a secular India, despite the partition, is a testament to his belief in the power of unity. His decision set a precedent for future leaders, reminding them of the need to prioritize national goals over sectarian interests. In the larger scheme of things, Jinnah's choice influenced the course of the Indian independence struggle. It was a reminder to all that the fight for independence was not just about religious rights but about the collective freedom of all Indians. In retrospect, Jinnah's decision was indeed a turning point, a moment that defined the trajectory of the independence struggle. His choice was a reflection of his strategic vision and his commitment to a distinct political path for Muslims in India. Jinnah's decision was indeed a turning point, reflecting his commitment to a distinct political path for Muslims in India.